oh no, somebody stole my credit card and bought all of these movies. That person was me. So I'm greasy, I'm unshaven, I look tired, so this means it's Thursday, my dudes, and we've got a DVD, Blu-ray, VHS, everything update and honestly, in my last one I said, ooh, this one's pretty big. No, this one's twice as big, and I have a problem. And I mean, like everyone here, June is a problem, you know, because Severin, although I did not purchase them because I didn't want to pay $40 US just to ship some goddamn movies, but you know, a store in Canada has Severin, and then we have Vinegar Syndrome, and I think in May or something like that, there was Arrow, and then I had a convention. I bought a lot of stuff, let's just say that. And I'm gonna start with the stuff I got at the convention, which is Cine Bazaar in Montreal. I went there with my two buds, because I'm Canadian, so I say buds. Grindhouse, Funhouse, and Horror FM, two good guys. You should go watch them. Anyways, enough talk, because I have fucking way too many movies. So let's start. And let's start with the VHS. The first one, of course, the legendary motion picture that I covered not too long ago. This is Quebec Expose. Honestly, one of my favorite reviews I've done like ever. So if you have not seen it yet, go watch it. I think it was like 3 weeks ago. And then we have more French Canadian goodness, and we have the first mainstream sexploitation film from Quebec, and that is Valérie, produced by, of course, Dunning and what's his name? Dunning and André Link, which were two of the biggest producers of Exploitation, and eventually one of them went on to be the president, I think, of Lionsgate. Basically every Exploitation, or almost every Exploitation that you love, is probably produced by John Dunning and André Link. I'm of course talking about My Bloody Valentine, all of the David Cronenberg, all of his early work was produced by them. Happy Birthday to Me, you know, a lot of Exploitation were produced by these two, and this is the 30th edition. I just love this cover. I've heard that, you know, it's pretty tame nowadays, because, you know, it's 1965. It's a 1965 sexploitation film from Quebec, so it's tame compared to today, but for the time it was pretty shocking because Quebec had just taken out the religious aspect of the government. Few countries could do that, could take inspiration with that concept of, you know, religion and government should mix. Anyways, Amazon Hotbox, and I did do a review for this one. I just didn't like how the video turned out, which is sad. I might try again because I did enjoy the film. It has a lot of flaws. It's this like Grindhouse, the film, like the Tarantino and Rodriguez film kind of feel to it, where it tries to homage, but it's not Tarantino or Robert Rodriguez. So it's pretty sloppy and way too self-aware. But overall, I did really enjoy it. It stars, of course, Ellie Church, Tristan Ricks, a lot of lovely ladies that that I wasn't familiar with. But what I did like is there was a preview for this production company's other films, and honestly, they look like a lot of fun, and their website are in Canadian, so I think they're Canadian. So that's Liddy, boys. Oh, almost forgot this. Speaking of Canadian, great Canadian, I bought Cinema Sewer. This was my first experience with this book series. There's a new one coming out very soon. I'm definitely gonna pick some more. I haven't started reading it yet, but just going through the pages, and I can't show you any of it because it's all pornographic. But just going through the pages, it looks like my type of a book. I'm gonna need to do more reading. Rika. I bought this because I didn't know what it was, but like in the back I read that it's a 70s Toho Japanese exploitation film starring a young lady, kind of a delinquent and a rebel trying to take revenge, and that's exactly what it is. And it's a film in the same vein as Meiko Kaji's kind of classic Stray Cat Rock franchise, and yeah, this is pretty fun. Sadly, I didn't know this was a series, and now that I know, I really want to purchase all of the rest of the series, but you know, they're out of print because they're from Exploitation Digital, and I think all of them are out of print, so it might get pricey, but I really love this one. And the plot, the selling point, the shocking story of a juvenile slut named Rika, that's kind of mean. I mean, it's not her fault. She got, the lady got like fucking raped like by 10 men. Classic. Kids, I had never seen it before. Just like Salo, you know, it's a classic that everyone in this community has seen, but I haven't for some reason. I watched it, and yeah, it's really worth the hype. It's a really good day in the life of some really fucking dumb kids, but I mean, I related to a lot of what was happening on screen. I was a teenager like 80 years ago, I remember, and the discussion, the way they talk to each other, the way they talk to their friends, the people at the stores, you know, it's very relatable. Like, you don't even have to be an asshole from New York City. I mean, when you're a teenager, you're just a cunt, you're just a piece of shit. So it really it's relatable. Hashtag relatable, kids. Living Hell, or aka the Japanese Texas, no, not Japanese Texas, that's not a place, the Japanese Chainsaw Massacre. I don't know, I just saw the alternate title of Japanese Chainsaw Massacre and I'm like, holy shit, I need to cover this, so I'll cover it. It's just I haven't gotten to it yet because it's almost 2 hours long, which is long for any exploitation film. This is pretty interesting. It's a documentary about shibari. Now, I've talked about shibari a few times, especially in my Flower and Snake and Fairy in a Cage reviews. So this is a documentary about a shibari artist who's also a photograph. So, I don't know, looks pretty interesting. It was super goddamn cheap, so that's why I purchased it. And speaking of super goddamn cheap, this was like $2. Couldn't believe it. It's the Savage Cinema 12-pack. Now, I know the transfers are garbage. It's from Mill Creek. They shove like so many movies on one disc. I think it has like 3 discs. The disc art is non-existent. It's just these flip-overs. They're cheap-ass releases. But I have a lot of them in my collection, and why? Because they release a lot of the Crown International pictures. Now, a lot of those are getting releases from Vinegar Syndrome, but since I haven't seen many of them, why spend what is equivalent to like $35 on a blind buy when I can just look at these and decide which one I want to, you know, maybe buy on Blu-ray. But even though I think this collection, I'm not familiar with any of the movie titles, so maybe none of them were released by Vinegar Syndrome, and I just got lucky. So there's Hell's Wheel, I'll just read it from the back. Best Friends, Burnout, Dangerous Chapters, Death Machines, which I'm not sure if it's the same Death Machines. No, it's rated R, so it's not the same Death Machines that Vinegar Syndrome put out. Death Riders, Hellcats, which looks awesome. It stars Ross Hagen. Hell on Wheels, Little Laura and Big John, Pink Angels, The Side Hackers, The Wild Rebels, and The Wild Riders. So a lot of biker exploitation type. So I'm pretty excited about this. I was pretty hyped to find it for $2. More trash. I got a lot of sleaze and a lot of trash because that's just what I like. SS Experiment Love Camp, a video nasties that I didn't have in my collection. This is directed by Sergio Carbone, and it's a Nazi exploitation film. I haven't seen it yet. But you people know I love my Nazi exploitation. The Child. I think this is a giallo. I'm not sure. It's these German media... Whoa, this one fell. Jeez Louise. It's these German... This is hard to open. Jesus Christ, I won't do that. I'm afraid of breaking it. But these the German hard cases. I love German hard cases. I only have like 3 because I have another one there. But I have Blast Fighters. I have this. I don't know. I really like them. They feel sturdy. I mean, German like limited runs are awesome. Like my Crossbearer set. Like, I just like how Germany does their package. This one says English subtitles, so that should be good. Cause me no speak the German. Well, the price tags are still on this. Something weird video. This is Dusk to Dawn Drive-In Trashorama show. I think this is the trailer compilation. Yeah, this is a trailer compilation from the depths of Something Weird Videos archive, and this is a DVD-R. I don't care. Like you see here, it was $5. I love Something Weird Videos. They're movies that they have the collection of trailers. The big one, you know, with like it's like over like 300 minutes long, but that one I can't find anywhere, so I assume a lot of these are on that collection, so I'm happy about it. Anything Something Weird Video I fucking love. This was also so gosh darn cheap. Werewolves on Wheels. I've been looking for this for so long and never been able to see it. I did see it when I first got into exploitation films. I think I was 14 or 15. I downloaded it on Cinemageddon back when I had a membership. That website can blow my fucking dick, by the way. Anyways, but I did see this when I was really young. Can't remember a goddamn thing about it, but I think it was pretty fun. Another Canadian classic. It's released by Intervision. This is Beyond the Seventh Door, not to be confused with Beyond the Door and Beyond the Door 3. This has nothing to do with it. This is a shot-on-video Canadian trash film, and I haven't seen it yet, but anything that's, you know, shot-on-video and Canadian, that tickles my big fat balls. Hentai. This is porn. I mean, it was cheap. Not that I'm gonna like watch it or anything. I bought it for a friend. But yeah, it's 4 episodes. Four episodes. It's based on the graphic novel by Saki Osuke and Sakichi Meguro. Some of you perverts out there, I am afraid of showing the back, but there's nothing. So some of you goddamn cultured gentlemen out there, please tell me if it's good. I don't know. It's something about talking to ghosts and them fucking and BDSM. Looks interesting. It intrigued me, but I'm very cultured. Baise-moi, the French extreme new wave rape revenge film, but this one is like way lower budget from what I know. I don't know it really a lot. I've heard about it. I know John from the Sick on Cinema podcast always talks about it, so I'm like, you know what? It's here. It's not cheap, but it's not too expensive, and I like French new wave extreme shit. So, and plus this is like one from what I've heard. It's one of the filthiest, so I'm down. The 2 next are editions from France. Baguette, oui, oui, croissant. This one is a French film. This is Orgoff, the Mad Mutilator, and if you can hear the background, that's Forza Horizon in the back. But yeah, Orgoff, a Mad Mutilator. This is also known in the States as just Mad Mutilator. I don't think this has a legit release in the States, I'm not sure, but this is a shot on Super 8 DIY, very like pennies. That's the budget for this film. This is, holy shit, this is low budget. This is in the same vein as like something like Violent Shit, but shot on 8mm, so it looks a bit better, but still kind of looks like ass. But yeah, this is a fun one. It can be very long, like most of shot on video / 8mm films. It can be very long. There's like 3 lines of dialogue because I assume shooting audio on Super 8 was difficult. It's not great, but it's fun. Kind of, that's what I write on my Tinder bio. I'm not great, but hey, I'm fun. I can drink. A Savage Weekend. It's a weekend, and it's savage. I don't know, I haven't seen it. It's one that I've been wanting to see for a while. I always get this one confused with the Canadian classic Death Weekend, but this is not the same thing, not at all. Yeah. Intermission time. Oh yeah, baby. More gosh darn fucking something weird video. This is like a collection of intermission thingies they played at the drive-in. I just love the art. And when I yeah, like the little girl, not the little girl, the woman drinking Coke. I've used this for like when I did that little trailer compilation on my channel last year. But I used some of them, but I haven't seen. What am I saying? I've never seen this, but the intermission things I used and I've seen in the past. But this is a collection of just those. Why would I buy this? I don't know. Sometimes I play pool and I want something in the background and I watch trailer compilations. This is the same principle as a trailer compilation, but with intermissions. Now the last one from the Cine Bazaar, Endgame by Joe D'Amato, and this is a hard case, limited to 50 copies. Look at me with my limited edition IPS video. Des exclusive Filmstarstomen. Any Germans in the comments can tell me how good my German is. I'm not sure if this one has English subtitles, because when it says Ton, which I assume is sound, Deutsche, Dobli Digital 2.0 Mono, but there's no like English, so if there's no English subtitles, I might be very fucked, because there was another edition of Endgame that was cheaper but smaller, more like the child size, and that one said English subtitles, but I wanted the bigger one because I like big things. So if I got fucked by that, I'm gonna be very not upset because I know what I did wrong. Moving on to other things. Alright, let's get into some Bootsick stuff, which is a word I love because it makes it sound way fancier than what it actually is, which is collecting pornography. Speaking of which, the first Bootsick label that I'll cover, I only have one, but that's Impulse Pictures, a subsidiary of Synapse Films, and that's A Woman in a Box, Virgin Sacrifice. I don't know, the boys at the Sick on Cinema podcast posted a story about this one, and they recommended it, saying it was one of the nastiest of the Nikatsu Roman porno genre, and yeah, from what I can see, it sounds pretty fucked up, and it's directed by Masaru Konuma, which I don't think I have any of his other films in my collection, but yeah, very curious about this. Now let's get into some Synapse and Intervision with what is debatably the greatest title to ever grace a film, The Masturbating Gunman, which is an Australian film. Yeah, so it's crude and it's about a gunman who masturbates, something like that. The trailer is ridiculous and it's so much fun. If you don't know about this film, the director was also in The Severance Cellar when this came out, I think. Yeah, this looks sleazy as balls fuck. Now this Invasion of the Blood Farmers, so much goddamn fun. If you can find a copy cheap like I did, even if it costs a little more, it's totally worth it. This is one of the funnest exploitation films to just watch. Get a couple buddies, get a couple beers, get, the drugs that are cool with the kids like fucking meth, and just have a good time. Another video nasty, I haven't seen it yet, but I am trying to get all of these 72, DPP list of fucking banned videos because we're stuck up, we've got to stick up our asses, and Margaret Thatcher is our Prime Minister and she's quite the fucking cunt. So yeah, that was my British rant. So yeah, video nasties, delirium. I'm missing about like, why am I doing this? I'm missing about I don't know, like 20 titles. Not bad. The films of Frederick R. Friedel, which was a filmmakers in the 70s in the grindhouse, you know, drive-in exploitation scene. And yeah, apparently it was a very, very transgressive filmmaker with both a passion for cinema, the classical style, and, you know, exploitation. So in the back they compare him. It's like a mix of David Lynch and Terrence Malick with a lot of exploitation. Now, another one I've seen this weekend, fucking love it, Halfway House. This is so much goddamn fun. From 2004, so it's from 2004. Honestly, the video quality doesn't look that bad. Obviously, it's not shot on film, but for something from that era that was shot digitally, it looks amazing, honestly, surprisingly enough. Anyways, this is like a film, a Lovecraftian exploitation early 2000s film, and it's not a nunnery, but a place for disturbed and troubled young women, all played by 25 and 26-year-old. But anyways, they are in this house and there's a lot of runaways. So one of the girls that her sister disappeared is trying to infiltrate the school, not the convent, but you know, the place for disturbed young ladies. Anyways, it's a blast. The monster is great, and holy shit, the women in this are beautiful. Alright, where am I at? What company? Unearthed Films, their Unearthed Classic line. This is Tokyo Decadence. That's my cat. This looks great. This is I think a thriller, but with a fetish twist, or about fetishes. I haven't seen it, but this is one that keep an eye out because I might review it for the channel. And can we really consider Full Moon to be Bootsick? Their releases are usually bare bones and kind of dog, but whatever, it's in this pile. Gore in Venice, also known as Giallo e Navi in La Venezia. I think, not sure. Anyways, it's one of the sleaziest giallos ever. It's from 1979. That era of gialli, really got more and more sleazy with the time going by. And personally, I haven't seen this one yet, but I think it kind of climaxed at Lucio Fulci's New York Ripper, where that was so goddamn sleazy you couldn't go up from there. But from what I've heard, this one is actually much sleazier, so gonna have to give this one a watch. Alright, the Vinegar Syndrome and their affiliates, because I think I got two VS's title. The first one I got Savage Harvest by Eric Stanzi, and I just love these slipcovers. And this is the original cover. This is the back, and I think my cat wants to go outside, so I'll go open the door and I'll be back. Yeah, she's outside. So Savage Harvest. A lot of complaints I have about Orgoff. I have about this film. A lot of these shot on videos feel kind of long, and that's saying something when this movie is barely 80 minutes long. There's a lot of stretches, and this one, the acting, how can I describe it? Wooden? Yeah, wooden. It's like if my wall was acting. It's pretty gosh darn bad acting, but overall, it's a really charming, fun little flick, and it's about Native American legends, which is very, very different for this type of film, especially in the early 90s. Alright, and I don't know why I bought, well, it's because they're only available through that, but why are we releasing shot-on-video movies on Blu-ray? This just looks shit. It looks shit. It looks like shit. Why is that on Blu-ray? Cardona Collection, which is, I think, a Spanish filmmaker, Ray Cardona? Is it Ray? I don't know. It's 3 films, and they're Bermuda Triangle, Cyclone, and Treasure of the Amazon. I think they're jungle adventure films, not to be confused with jungle cannibal films. But and also I'm pretty sure Cyclone, I've heard about it because it's a disaster film, and I'm pretty sure this is the director from the Guyana Massacre or whatever, the film about Jim Jones that was controversial when it came out. I think it's this guy. But anyways, I don't know. I didn't really know anything about the filmmaker. I just knew that I've heard about Cyclone, Guyana Massacre, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna give it a shot. I love jungle adventure, jungle cannibal films, so might as well just, give it a shot. Back to Saturn's core, and we have a Psycho Sisters, which 2 very lovely 90s women, 3 of them in the back. And this is the original cover, and this is again a shot-on-video film in the back. This is again a shot-on-video film from the 90s. I haven't seen that one yet. For some reason, it's on goddamn Blu-ray. Oh shit, I forgot. Okay, I've got like 6 titles from Vinegar Syndrome. Nightmare Sisters. I don't know. It's Linnea Quigley, Michelle Bauer, Brink Stevens. What more can you ask for? And it's from the 80s. It looks cheesy, it looks fun. I mean, I'm probably gonna watch it and just have a good time and see a lot of tits. Devil's Story. I heard this was so terrible but so hilarious, which my type of vibe. And the cover is amazing. Again, Vinegar Syndrome just knocks it out of the park with their gosh darn slipcovers. And then you go on Facebook and people are like, you only like the slipcovers, you don't actually care about the film inside of the slipcover. I don't know for everyone, but I fucking love usually what Vinegar Syndrome puts out. And I don't only buy them for the slipcovers, or else I would buy everything they come out with. I'm just interested in the movies, and honestly the slipcovers are a nice plus. Because who doesn't like nice art? Yeah, I take this like, and it's a bit overpriced there. I take this over, I don't know what fucking, see a modern film. No, I know I have, there are rumors that I don't like Rob Zombie, but like, yeah, which one do I want to spend my money on more? Fucking assholes. Slipcovers, overpriced. Stop complaining about a company that actually does work. Portraits of Andrea Palmer. I've talked to death about this film. I even made a post on Instagram saying like, I swear to God this is the last time I talk about this film. And apparently not, because I'm talking about it on this video. Amazing film. I haven't checked out the this edition. It comes with with C. Houston's short film that he did before that, which I'm really interested in. Flesh Meat Dolls, that's the name. So I might talk about it. I might not. I don't know. We'll see. But before I get to Arrow, this is also not a Bootsick label, but this is a film I am interested in seeing. I've heard good things. There's the YouTube channel I watch called the Kino Corner, and he has a series about like literally me characters, and this was one of the most obscure. Anyways, it stars Vincent Gallo and Cristina Ricci, and looks interesting. I have the Brown Bunny somewhere. I need to watch that too. Death Screams. I really like this one. Holy shit, is this a fun regional slasher. Like, the women are beautiful, the kills are okay, you know. The movie overall is okay, but just the charm and the clear, like, fun that they had while on production, like, it really bleeds out, and you just can't stop but have fun with the crew too. So it's a really fun movie. I really liked it. I saw the trailer. I'm like, I need this. Then I bought it on sale and came with that little slipcover. Again, really cool. And it's a fun movie. This is one I never really liked. I never really cared about it, but I've only seen it once, cut, and on a shitty like DVD, because this is public domain, I'm pretty sure. And I don't know, we'll see if it really makes a difference. This is gonna be hot take incoming. I'm really unsure about Abel Ferrara. On one side, Miss 45, Bad Lieutenant, those are great movies. But on the other side, there's some stuff that, you know, just doesn't like work with me personally. And Driller Killer, I remember never working with me. Especially the sound was terrible. The little fucking piece of shit title card, play this one loud, and some shitty noise in the background. I don't know, we'll see. I might switch around and might love this. And now that I've pissed off everyone, La Bête, The Beast by Welrin Borowski. I don't know, some Polish dude. This is a great edition. This was released by Arrow Academy, rest in peace. It's basically the Criterion, but of Britain. Yeah. Alright, last little pile, and first of all, we've got some more Sam Hell, a Baroque House collection. I can't show the back, I barely can show the front. Anyways, this comes with 6, that's 4, imagine this plus 2, 6 of Sam Hell's short films, the Hardgore, Green Hell, Vania, The Exploration of Sin, Suck My Blood, and Love Dump. Now I already own Vania, Green Hell, and Love Dump. I don't own the rest, and I wanted to see them because that's the only way you could see them, because they haven't been re-released, I think, individually. Anyways, I wanted to see them, and I don't know, it's always nice supporting the boys, because this is also covered by Silas Massoff, which is a awesome artist, and it comes with a little card, rated X. So I'll probably get into some more Sam Hell stuff. I know this week was one of his films, so I just want to like give a break, because I've talked a lot about Sam Hell, way more than any other indie filmmakers, and I love Sam Hell, but I want to, like, you know, expand to some other independent filmmakers. But anytime he'll come out with something, you know, I'll be there to support him. Just maybe the reviews will slow down. Speaking of awesome people in the extreme community, Mute. This is released by a company called Banana Box Releasing, and they specialize in film preservation, which basically means they're bootlegs. Yeah, they're bootlegs, but the art is original, and they sell it to you, and it comes in a actual case, purple one I got, but you know, it's just a DVD-R, but you know, it's worth the price, especially for this one. And I'm not sure about the rest, but this one, if you buy it, half of the, well, not half of the profit, you buy it for 10 of the $20 goes into the Trevor Project charity, which is a LGBTQ teen charity. It's something American, but anyways, and I assume the rest of the $10 are actually the production costs, because believe it or not, making DVDs isn't cheap. I know everybody laughs at that because, you know, it's a dead format. No, it's a dead format, so it's more expensive to produce, especially with beautiful full-colored art. And yeah, so if you want a copy, or if you just want to see the movie, because I'm pretty sure he gives out the links for free, just hit Shock and Schlock on Instagram or YouTube. He has a great YouTube channel that he does. He did review this one recently, so go check it out. Now, I wasn't sure if I wanted to review this one because I scrolled through it and doesn't seem to have a lot of content for me to, you know, joke around with, so I'm not sure, but you know, I might, if I ever feel like it, I might review it too. Now, some mainstream releases. Sue me, motherfucker. Saint Mode, produced by A24. I really like this one. This one was a fun ass time. Yeah, I really like this one. I know A24 gets a lot of hate because, you know, yeah, but I like him. I like him. Pig with Nicolas Cage. I've heard a lot of good things about this one. I haven't seen it yet, but you know, it's Nicolas Cage befriending a pig, which is not the silliest synopsis of a Nicolas Cage film. Holy shit, no. Possessor by not David Cronenberg, Brandon Cronenberg, his son, my son, yeah, Canadian film. So, the last little pile, I don't know if you remember, but in like my 2-3 last update, I've talked about this video store close to my house that's closing pretty soon. They haven't closed yet, and the way they were talking to me, it's gonna go up until like Christmas. So I have more time to like buy a lot of stuff, although their selection is, you know, pretty mainstream, big studio releases, but I still, you know, they're very cheap, so it's kind of worth it, because, you know, they're cheap, and it buffs up my collection of a few missing titles that I want to see, but I don't want to spend like $20, $25, $30 on them, you know. Stuff like Hostel 1 and 2, which surprisingly, I have more Eli Roth films than I do Rob Zombie. Now, if you know me, they're both directors I don't really care for, but Hostel 1 and 2 are, they're charming. They have something. I mean, every time my friends or whatever ask me for a mindless, fun movie, and I know they don't want something, you know, actually extreme, but you know, they want to see blood and titties, I pop in Hostel. I've seen these films way too much for my opinion on them, but overall they're enjoyable. Whatever, they're good times. They're fun times. Yeah, I also beefed up my martial arts collection while I was there with this double feature of Jackie Chan films, Crime Story and The Protector. Two fun-looking films. I don't know. I haven't seen any of these. I bought them yesterday, so I can't talk too much about them. But more Jackie Chan, and that's the new Police Story Lockdown. Now this one, I saw the trailer at my local theater, and this looks way more serious than the previous entries in the Police Story films series. At least the two original ones are the only one I've seen. It might have gone more serious, but this one looks very serious, very mature, a older Jackie Chan, a less, you know, because the man had a hard life due to his job, but you know, I think he's slowed down, and yeah, I don't know, it looked really cool, but it looked very serious. Tony Jaa in The Bodyguard and The Bodyguard 2. I haven't seen them, but I'm pretty sure a lot of people know about them just because Tony Jaa is kind of a big deal. If you've seen them, let me know. They're probably good. I mean, they look pretty fucking awesome. They look fucking cool, man. Children of the Damned. So there's a Village of the Damned and Children of the Damned. These are the old ones, yeah, from the 60s. The first one from 60 and the second one from 63. I don't know. Looks cool. I like older horror films, and that's right up the alley. Oh shit, this one is like on 20 like top 10 disturbing movies ever made, man. It's really disturbing. It's Dead Girl, you know, it's about, you know, necrophilia. That's disturbing, even though this is just what looks like to be a shitty comedy, you know, it's disturbing. Yeah, I got this because it was cheap and I've never seen it, but oh boy does it not look good. Does it not look great. It's just, I think, a bunch of teenagers that find a corpse and fuck it. Typical Friday night. The Girl Without Hands. This is something totally different. So this is a French animated films, but it's hand painted. So if you can see the back. So apparently it's hand painted and it looks beautiful. I heard some sounds. It looks beautiful. Looks yeah, looks like the type of film you watch with a art girl. Unlike this one, all cheerleaders die. I seen this in the theater and I didn't think it was amazing. I didn't think this was the greatest film of all time, but I did think it was pretty gosh darn fun. And that's what matters. If the movie is fun, we're gonna have a good time. We're almost done. Classic kung fu fighting movies. Yeah, I got this because it's 3 films starring not Bruce Lee, but Bruce Exploitation stars. So Fists of Bruce Lee is starring, of course, the totally legit Bruce Lee. And then there's Fist of Fear, Touch of Death, and Bruce Lee Fights Back from the Grave, which is another one I've heard so gosh darn much about, and I can't wait to watch it. Yeah, this is some cheap DVD shit, all on one disc. It's probably gonna look horrible, but again, I didn't expect Bruce Lee Fights Back from the Grave to look, you know, great. The 2 last ones, House of the Damned by Sean Weathers. I didn't know anything about this. I just looked at the cover, I'm like, holy shit, this looks, whew. Then I looked at the back, and I'm like, gosh darn, are these stretched pictures? This looks not like good graphic design. And then the tagline, it's Mother's Day, and there's the reviews are written Comic Sans. That's ridiculous. Anyways, this looks absurd, and it has a like 6.9 on IMDb from 72 reviews, but still, so can't be that bad. I mean, Solo has a lesser score. Finally, kind of anticlimactic, because I haven't seen it, I don't even know what this is. I saw the Criterion C and I'm like, I'm gonna take that because, you know, 60% off of $30 for a gosh darn Criterion collection seemed like a good deal, so I got it. And also there was more Criterions, just this one specifically was the only one that really piqued my interest because it's the first film from Danny Boyle, and I'm my voice is coming out. That's why I usually make 5 to 10 minute videos, because my voice is very weak and my throat hurts. I know what you thought. I'm no throat goat. I'm pretty throat boat. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. On that note, I'm gonna go hang myself in my trailer.